So in this video, I want to discuss Bluestar company. Yesterday, one of my YouTube subscribers asked a very important question. He said that Rohit, Bluestar has hit all-time high. Why did you reject it? So today, as I record the video, it is 1st of January. You see the stock has hit an all-time high. So the question is, why did I reject it? Why did I not buy the stock today? Okay. Let's have a discuss. Let's discuss this. So, as you know, I do four kinds of analysis before buying a stock: comparative analysis, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and market analysis. Let's do comparative analysis. Okay, let me open this. In this video, my goal is to teach you what is your goal as a trader. Okay, as a trader, our goal is not to buy a stock that is going to go up, because you don't know which stock is going to go up, right? Let me repeat that statement. As a trader, my goal is not to buy a stock that is going to go up, because I don't know which stock is going to go up. So, what is my goal? My goal is to buy a stock that comes close to a stock which has displayed leadership characteristics in the past. So, I am looking for the characteristics of a particular stock, and I'm comparing those characteristics with the characteristics of a leader. So, for example, if you look at a successful person, that successful person will have certain habits in life. So, if you develop the same habits in life, there are chances are very high that you will become you will achieve similar kind of success in life. Similarly, when I look at a stock, when I look at the characteristics of that particular stock, I compare that with a leader or a super performer of the past. If they come close, chances are very high that I might be buying a leading stock. So the goal is not to buy a stock that is going to go up, because nobody knows what is going to happen in the future. That's a little lesson for you before we start the video. Have a look at price strength. 82 is perfect. Buyer rating is A plus, perfect. Group rank is less than 40, perfect. So comparatively, this stock is very strong. I don't even need to look at the industry strength, whether it is improving or declining. Just these three parameters are more than enough for me to conclude that the stock is comparatively strong. What about technicals? Okay, have a look at technicals. You see this green dotted line, you see this pattern being marked by Market Smith. If I click here, it says stage 4B. Actually, it is 4B. So the base 4 is in the process of forming. Now, in the previous video, I told you that base number 4 and base number 5 are late stage bases. The probability of success, the probability of failure for base 4 and base 5, it is 80%, especially in weak market conditions like what we have right now. Let me repeat that statement. The probability of failure of base 4 and base 5 is more than 80%, as observed by William O'Neill in his book, How to Make Money in Stocks. This statement is there written in his book after 100 years of stock market research. Okay. So I'm speaking based on data. I'm not speaking based on some logic or some intelligence that I have or whatever. I'm speaking based on data and facts. So the fact is telling us that base 4 and base 5, there is a 80% chance that it will fail, especially in weak market conditions. I will come to market conditions, but currently the market is in a rally attempt state. That's a weak market condition. Okay. So technically, although there is a blue dot here, blue dot means 52-week high of the relative strength line, which indicates that the stock is doing better than the Nifty. Okay. The number of points in the base is good. So if I draw a base here, so I'm looking for blue, green, red. Price should be above the 50-day. The 50-day should be above the 150-day, and the 150 should be above the 200-day. This is a basic non-negotiable criteria that I look for, which is consistent with what I learned from Mark Minervini. Okay, so if I draw this base, have a look at this. Okay, so there was a buy point here. So 2197.30, the high of this candle. Okay, 2197.30. That was a buy point as per our system. Okay, the high of this candle is 2199. So there is a buy point developed here. Okay, so you see the mother baby candle. So blue, green, red, minimum 10 candles in the base and 4 points in the base. If I draw the 4 points in the base, see that's point one. I think this is point two. That's point three and that's point four. This is my point counting system. So I need minimum 4 points in the base. I need minimum 10 candles in the base. I need blue, green, red. I need mother baby candle preferably. Okay. And as you can see, the stock broke out as expected. Okay. So these are the technicals. I'm talking about the stock before this candle. Okay. I'm talking about my analysis before this candle. Okay. So technically, it looks strong here. There is only one problem, which is that it is a late stage base. It is base number four. It is not base number one, two, or three, where the probability of success is slightly higher. So even though the stock has a blue dot all along the way, my main concern is I am buying a late stage stock in a weak market. So the stock has already gone up a lot. If you look at the weekly chart, see currently the stock is trading in upwards of 2200. Okay. In 2022, June 2022, it was around 400. So that's a roughly 5 times increase. That's a 400% return in a couple of years. So if a stock is giving 400% return in a couple of years, that stock is probably extended, right? So these are the things that we need to look at before we buy a stock. We are not buying the stock early. Probably this period or this period or this period was probably the ideal time to buy stock to capture that gain. If you had bought the stock when it was in base number two, the stock went from 1000 to more than 2000. So that's a decent gain in a very short period of time, less than 1 year. But as you can see, from July 2022 till now, that's roughly 2.5 to 3 years. The stock has given a 400% return. So it's already extended, right? So technically it is weak. Okay. Comparatively strong, technically weak. And by the way, the beauty of Market Smith is that you don't have to do base counting. The base counting is already done for you. Okay. Let me refresh this. Thankfully, the base counting is already done for you. So you don't have to do these things again and again. What happened? Why is it not refreshing? Maybe my internet speed has slowed down. But anyways, let me stop this. Let's come to the fundamentals. Okay. 28% latest quarter EPS growth, not ideal. We want that number to be minimum 40%. Or if it is not 40%, we want at least 3 consecutive quarters of accelerating EPS growth, which is not the case here. Same with sales, less than 25%. We want that number to be minimum 25%. If that is not the case, we want at least latest 3 quarters of consecutive acceleration, which is not the case. So EPS, there is a problem. Sales growth, there is a problem. EPS growth, there is a problem. Return on equity is less than 17%. What about margins? Margin is not at an all-time high. See, then you look at EPS. EPS latest EPS annual is not at an all-time high. Plus, there is a decline in EPS from 2023 to 2024. If you look at the leading stocks, there is some positive annual EPS growth in all the leading stocks in the past 3 years. This is a direct statement I'm giving you from chapter number 4 in William O'Neill's book, where he talks about annual EPS growth of a company. Okay, direct statement I'm giving you based on 100 years of stock market data. So when you have the documentation in front of you, when you have the data in front of you, why would you waste your time with the stock? Now, so fundamentally weak. So comparatively strong, technically weak, fundamentally weak, and then market analysis. What about market analysis? Well, we know the market is weak. We know that market is still trying to attempt a rally, right? This is a weak market condition. So comparatively strong, fundamentally weak, technically weak, market conditions are weak. Why should I take unnecessary risk of buying the stock? Just because the stock hit all time high doesn't mean that it will continue to go up. The breakout might fail, the breakout might not sustain, like what happened in Zomato, like what happened in Polymedicure, like what happened in Time Technoplast. Go back and check my videos. Okay. Zomato failed after the breakout, came back into the base. Time Technoplast failed, came back into the base. Polymedicure failed miserably, went down, hit my 8% stop loss. Okay. So just because a stock hits all time high doesn't mean that I'm interested in the stock. I'm doing my screening, my analysis, and that tells me whether the stock deserves a position in my portfolio. At this point, absolutely not. So, one important thing I want to mention here is this is the key learning from this video. Okay, your goal is not to buy a stock that is going to go up in the future because you don't know whether it is going to go up in the future. Your goal is to first write down on a piece of paper what are the characteristics of a leading stock. Remember, in school days, you used to do match the following. You used to give two columns and then used to do match the following. Similarly, in the stock market, you have a piece of paper on which you write down all the characteristics of a leading stock. Then you look at companies like Bluestar and then you do match the following. Okay. You see whether this Bluestar company comes close to the characteristics of a leading stock. If the answer to that question is no, the stock doesn't deserve a place in your portfolio. No questions asked. Right? Now, can the stock double from here? Okay, of course it can. I mean, how would I know? Okay, the stock could double from here. Will I feel regret that I did not buy the stock and the stock doubled from here? Absolutely not. Why should I feel regret? I have done my analysis. Okay, and I have checked whether it is displaying leading characteristics or not. The answer is no. I am not. I don't want to be a party to this stock. Okay. Now, in the future, maybe after 1 month or 2 months, I will make another video on Bluestar to check whether the decision that I am taking today was it the right decision or the wrong decision. Okay, there is a 50% probability of either of those two things happening. But am I concerned about what is going to happen in future? No. What am I concerned about? I want to find stocks that display the characteristics of a leader. That's my only goal when I am trading. Okay. Hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much.